Well, it's a beautiful day, the sun is shining, the birds are singing, and I've been allowed to go out for a bit. So probably going to be out for 2-3 hours maximum. I just want to go up and check a new wood out, and maybe we could do a bit of a recce for an overnighter. Possibly a bug out location, I don't know. I'm going to have a quick trip up there, so I'm going to take you along, and before I do, I'll just show you what I've got in the bag. I'm going to be taking with me the new Norwegian rucksack, which you saw in a previous video. I packed it out, not with a great big expansive kit for, you know, a 3-day trip or only 3-night trip or anything like that, but it's just an example of some stuff that I've got with me. I don't think it's going to rain, it's looking alright, but just in case I'm wearing my smocks, so if it does get a light shower, at least I'm not going to get drenched through. It's got the hood on and everything. So I'm going to spin the camera around and I'll show you what I've got in the bag. Okay, right, so this is the Norwegian rucksack that I've recently purchased. Now I think it's what's called a TeleMark rucksack. As I say, it's really nice canvas, leather straps on it, so I say proper old school, just my cup of tea. So just take you through it. It's got one big cell or space in the middle. It's got a zips pocket on the underside, and then it's got 2 fixed on pouches. And the nice thing with the pouches is that you can actually put things behind there, so if you're taking axe or any sort of poles or anything like that, they can just slot in there. Just open the lid, so just untied it there, make things a bit quicker. And the other side of this, you've got the little zip pocket, just got a small hygiene kit, so just some wet wipes, tissue and hand sanitizer, just so you can keep yourself clean while you're out there, even for a couple of hours. Side pockets, they're just held in place by the little buckles there. And all I put in one side is, because it's going to be a quick trip out, taking some coffee with me, so I've got it all good to go. Sometimes it's just a quickness on a trip out. Oh. Then the other side, got the water bottle. So I've got some water with me, only about a litre. More than enough for the afternoon. Okay. Now, I've just opened it up. I have a couple of maps of the location I'm going to be. Explorer maps. Now I've just kept in the back of this, and if you can see and shot, yeah you can. I've just kept my sleep mat in the back there, because it just has a little bit more rigidity to the bag. Got my hat, obviously I'll be putting that on there if it's getting rather hot. This has helped with the sunburn I always seem to get on my neck, so it's got this little detaching thing. I think it's called a Legionnaire cap. It's you know, cheap £3 cap, but it does the job. The first aid kit, which is my walk around first aid kit, again you've seen previously. That'll actually be going onto my belt when I start walking. So I've got all my kit in there just in case. Got my mug, spoon, I've got my flask. I don't need to take the burner or anything with me, so just a Crusader mug with the spoon. Binoculars, these are just cheap and cheerful ones. I think you've seen these previously. These are 12 by 32, so not the biggest pair in the world, but just handy if you want to see what's in the distance. I've got a poncho with me. If you're interested, this is a Austrian poncho. Now I'm going to probably use, I could easily use this obviously if I get wet, or ground sheet, or additional shelter. But I have got with me my DPM basher and stuff set there. Anyway, and then lastly, whoops, got this pack, water bottle pouch, but that is in here. It's got tent pegs, cords, bungees. I've got a ridiculous amount of tent pegs. I've got these. I'm going to be using these new ones. The bag itself, yeah, I mean you can fit. I haven't got it packed out at all. It's got plenty of space left in it, so it's a really big bag. So we'll see what it's like. Anyway, I'm going to pack it all back in, and I'll see you when I get to the wood. Just thought I'd pull the car over and just show you this view. I say it's absolutely gorgeous. The sun is out, beautiful blue sky, just see for miles. So we've parked the car up, and I'm going to get the kit out and have a little wander over, I think. Hello. It's lovely woodland. I mean, it's a nice mixture of silver birch trees and some hardwoods as well. This is Scots pine, oak. It's well established as well. I say there's one main track going into it. It's just nice getting out of fresh air. I say, as always, Sunday dinner. I think I ate way too much. Went out with the family and in-laws, and unfortunately now I need to do a little bit of exercise to work it all off again. So I'll tell you something, this backpack is absolutely fantastic, this Norwegian job, because it's got the metal frame. It does feel heavy when you first pick it up, when you first put it on, but it's not really that bad. When you get it on, it's very, very supportive, and it's got the little canvas back support as well. So at the moment that's just riding in the small of my back, probably a couple of inches above my belt, so it's put it in exactly the right position. Oh, that's nice. I think it's always nice to see when you get new trees being planted, probably to replace that one which is come down. Yeah, we've had some strong winds sometime, haven't we? You know, now we've got off the main road, it's actually quite peaceful, apart from the creaking of the leather on the straps on this bag, but the sun's beautiful. It's not too hot, we've got a nice bit of covering. He says just set out into the sun. But it's summer weather, unfortunately, isn't it? It brings all the bikers out. I've got nothing against them, but they don't have to make a racket. So, fortunately they can't come up here. We hope. Right, I'm going to be very quiet now. Just stop on this path. Hello, young fella. Wow. See, I've got to go past on that path. I don't want to disturb it though. Yeah, I just waited a few minutes then just to let that deer go on its way. Because at the end of the day I'm just a guest in the woods, and that's its home, so I don't want to start scaring them away. Nice clearing. Quite a lot of brambles back there. Just in this nice area here, it's perfect. Instead of using the basher, I'm just going to use the poncho for this afternoon. Just creating a simple A-frame with bungees on the trees there, and then the bungees just taken out there. I say I'm lucky that I've got those two trees in exactly the right sort of place that I wanted. And so I'm sorry about the noise of the motorbikes. We're quite a far away from the road, but sunny afternoon, isn't it? So I'll say this doesn't look too bad in here either. Hey, just stepping back no more than 15 feet, It's quite difficult to see that. Okay, so there we have it. I've just used the poncho this afternoon, just for a bit of a change. You know, it's always nice to swap the kit around. So, normally the poncho's just kept in there for, you know, a small ground sheet or an additional shelter. You know, if there was multiples or somebody else's shelter, you were with somebody else on a walk or a camp, and their shelter failed in some way, then you've got a backup there, and vice versa. So just a really, really simple setup. All I'm going to do is put under there just the foam sleep mat, I guess. Just sit down, have a quick brew, and a bit of me time, a bit of a chill time, I think. Just thinking, actually, it's quite cost effective as well, isn't it, really? Because I think the poncho was about £5, because I had to do a repair to it. The mat was a £5, tent pegs, bungees, I'd say about 20 quid all in. You can spend hundreds of pounds on camping equipment, but really, just a few pounds and you've got it there and it does the job. Well, this is my living room for this afternoon on Sunday. Aside from the motorbikes, it's actually quite peaceful. I'd say this was really just a quick recce round, in all fairness, to find a suitable place for an overnighter. The idea this afternoon, well, is a bit of me time and a bit of chill out time, and it was also a chance to, recce out a few locations for potential overnighters. The weather's been nice recently. I've got some free time coming up on the weekends, as you've probably seen before on the channel or the Instagram. I work 5 days a week. I also have a business that I run which is weekend based and evening based, so obviously I've balanced that with my family life. So this sort of stuff, escaping off up into the woods for a bit, this sort of thing can wait for a bit, because the family time's obviously important. And definitely bring my son up here. It's nice, it's safe, and this is the idea. Certainly I could say I'm using it as for a bug out location for SHTF, the zombie apocalypse, but until that happens, I think this will be a nice little breakaway for me and my lad in the afternoons, potentially an overnighter as well, which would be nice. And yeah, if something did hit the fan, we have water, we have berries, which are all around us here. The camera might just pick them up. Got some nice blackberries and abundance of fruit. So there we have it. That's my afternoon out. But seriously, this bag, really, really good. I'm going to be using it tomorrow. I'm going out with my father for some time. I've got a day's holiday. He'll think I'm mad. He'll say, why didn't I get one of those modern ones instead of that? But I'm going to love and leave you. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. As always, any comments or suggestions, feel free to put them at the bottom. And until next time, bye for now.